maybe all he needed was a reassurance, but because he can't receive that reassurance, he had to go and cheat. It's like, let me cheat on her before she leaves me, because most men have like that insecurity.
That sounds like a personal issue that has nothing to do with the female or whoever got the cheatee, not the cheater, but the cheatee.
Yeah.
The person who got cheated on.
But if you're in a relationship, you care about the person, though.
I think that's a sad excuse. And if he cared enough, he wouldn't have done it. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Firsties. I'm your host, Mila.
And I'm your host, Mella.
If you're new here, if you're a firstie,
we're basically a safe space for first gens who dare to dream.
We like to laugh, keekee, argue.
Basically, two baddies with a mic.
With the mic.
Guys, we're taking keekee and argue really, really seriously today.
We're going to debate. We're debating today.
We're debating. It's going to be we're going to go back to high school.
Yes.
We're doing a whole debate team, basically.
Basically, yeah, we are.
Even when we thought of this idea, we're like, we just love to argue. Why don't we just give ourselves a platform
and we can
argue?
gap. Exactly.
So
yeah, we encourage you guys to in the comments debate with us. Let us know what camp you're on.
And shout out ChatGPT.
Yes.
For the crazy.
Coming up with the great
yeah, they ate though.
You guys don't know, but one of the producers of Firsties is ChatGPT. So
exactly.
I hope you guys know that.
And we kind of didn't want to think of the debate topics, because then obviously you're going to be biased, you're going to be
I'm actually nervous I don't know them.
Yeah, I have the questions, guys.
Yeah.
Maybe I might.
What I mean is we reviewed some of the questions, but we don't know if we're going to be for or against based on a coin toss.
Yeah. Basically. So basically we have 8 topics and we're technically going to debate for 3 minutes for every topic.
Yep.
But Siri decides if you're for it or not, basically. And if it's heads, we're going to flip a coin. If it's heads, that means you're for the statement. If it's tails, then you're against, basically.
And
whoever gets tails is against. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm excited.
Are you ready? I actually don't think I'm ready.
Yeah, me either, but we're just going to think
in
quick. I love this, though.
Okay.
Who's going to do the timer?
Okay, I'll do the timer. So we said 3 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to set 3 minutes for the audio listeners. I'm setting 3 minutes on the clock.
Don't click start now, though, because we have to do the flip a coin first.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to put 3 minutes and then start. Yeah. Okay.
Do you want to flip the coin first, or do you want to do rock, paper, scissors for the first person to
Sure. Let's do whoever wins.
Best of 3 or first? Just one.
Yeah, one, and then we'll see if we have to.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Lord. Okay.
You never know.
Okay.
Hey Siri, heads or tails?
Oh, wait. Hey Siri. Heads or tails? Tails. So you're against whatever we're going to talk about.
Okay. So I just got tails, guys, which means I'm against whatever the topic is, and Mella is for.
Okay. So the first question is TikTok helping or ruining creativity in the entertainment industry?
So just to review, that means I'm for TikTok, or I'm against TikTok.
Against, so you think it's ruining it.
Okay, and you're for.
Okay, wait.
Let the games begin.
Yeah, is TikTok helping or ruining creativity? Okay.
I'm against. Okay, 3, 2, 1, counting down from 3 minutes.
Go.
3 minutes. Okay, so TikTok is definitely ruining our generation, rotting our brains. People are trying to spin it and say it's micro learning. It's not. Because how are we actually, to really, really take information, you have to study it and repetition. That's just how our brain works. I can only tell for myself, doom scrolling. I'm up at late night I'm sending you memes and stuff like that.
Right.
So, it's definitely rotting our brains. There's a lot of bullying and cyberbullying on there as well. Toxic. We've been through that as well.
How about creativity?
Creativity, I think we're being creative on there, but really TikTok is a platform because you take a trend and then you do it yourselves. Right. You do it on your own. Okay. So it's just copying other people. So I feel like that is actually not challenging us to be more creative. I'll let you go.
Ooh, okay. I think TikTok is helping creativity in the entertainment industry.
How so?
Because I feel like TikTok has kind of leveled the playing field with creators and regular people, basically. Anyone can be a TikToker, or you can just post one TikTok and you don't have to be a TikTok star, a content creator, you don't have to be an IG model to post a picture.
True.
So I think by leveling the playing field, anyone's able to kind of express whatever creative outlet, whatever they want. Yeah. And they're able to find their community even in a small niche, basically.
But don't you think that TikTok just makes a person, to your point, of using your words, anyone can become viral.
Okay.
Right? But do they actually have like talent behind it? It's usually like a trend that they're doing, but is it their niche or what they actually want to do? No, it just went viral. And now they're trying to do that, but are they actually like creative?
I guess so.
We could argue that.
But there are many people where like, one, it's harder for them to be viral in any other platform. And two, they're able to like display their art or display their creativity without having to do the whole like get audience and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
a person
rise.
with like one follower can post a video showing their creativity and they can still get like 1 million views. So I feel like it's easier in giving them platforms. And I feel like because it's educational, it kind of helps like better your creativity, because you don't have to go to Google and like do a deep dive and research or whatever to get like any like information.
But is it creativity or is it just a time saver? Just being more efficient?
Yeah, efficiency help with creativity though.
But I think part of creativity is the like the struggling artist like journey of like messing up, like figuring it out and stuff when it's all there. And then don't you ever sometimes like, I think something's my own idea and I'm like, oh wait, no, I saw TikTok 2 months ago about it. That's not my idea. Like you swear you brought up that idea when it's like, that's not original actually somewhere.
But also I feel like there's situations where it sparks an idea. It sparks like you're not influenced, but you're like inspired. I feel like on TikTok you can easily get inspired.
That's debatable.
That is guys, let us know if you guys agree or not.
Yes.
Why did it get serious? It got real serious quiet.
We locked in.
No, literally, guys. We're so competitive. We literally came back from playing another game, actually.
Yeah, so that's why I'm on that
We're
wave.
like
we
on
were
the
just
competitive
playing.
spirit either.
Yeah. That was a good round. Let us know
do
in
you
the
agree or
comments.
disagree? Are you with your
Now that
statement?
we're at, I actually completely agree.
Now that we're not, I agree.
No. I mean, I completely agree with what I said.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like
I disagree. Still,
really?
I feel like TikTok really
and
helps
I
you
love
with your
TikTok.
creativity.
Yeah, but I don't think so. But I think it. I don't know. I'm just doom scrolling all day. The cyberbullying is crazy on there.
I feel like if you're a consumer, then I agree with what you're saying. You're kind of like getting the
I see what
negative.
you're saying.
But if you're a creator, you know how you said like in one episode, like everyone has an artist in them.
Yeah.
I feel like it helps you bring out that artist in you because you can find whatever like niche it is, or like, you know how like you're on whatever talk, I'm like, you know, there's different types of TikToks. Yeah. I feel like you have a higher chance of like finding the artist in you on TikTok instead of
that's well put.
Yeah. Bow. Okay. Second.
All right, next topic.
Ooh, she's feisty.
We're really in. Yeah.
Ooh, this one's
why am I sweating? Okay, go ahead.
Oh, we have to flip the point first.
Okay, it's
your Siri.
Yeah, it's your turn now.
Heads or tails? Heads.
So you're for.
I agree. Yeah.
And I'm against.
Against.
Okay, for this next one. Okay.
And the second question is nostalgia-driven content, like 80s and 90s aesthetics, stifling innovation in the art?
Is it stifling?
Yeah, innovation. So
in the
like
art.
People like can't progress with their arts because they're like having like nostalgic like fashion trends and stuff like that, basically.
Okay, and then
I agree.
You agree, and I'm against.
Disagree. Yeah, so you don't think it's stifling.
Gotcha. Okay.
Ooh.
3. I started last time talking, so now you could talk this time.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
I
3 minute
think
timer.
Nostalgia-driven fashion or nostalgia-driven content is literally stifling arts, because if you always are like looking back, you're not gonna like progress. And I feel like we always have a way to like, whatever it is, you just do a throwback, or you kind of like go back to like how like life was, or like, you know, you kind of like romanticize fashion like before. So I feel like you're not even giving yourself chances to like see what, you know, what the next one can be, or like you can't like, you're not setting trends, you're just following it basically. So people are like in the follower mentality instead of creators and like setting trend mentality.
Okay. The way she did her hair flip for the audio assistant was like, sit back.
Period. It's giving what's her name.
So as a reminder, I'm against.
Yeah. No,
I'm against.
So you think it's not?
It's not.
Stifling art.
It's not. Okay. It's definitely not stifling art.
It's definitely not ruining it. Okay.
No, because I think, actually, I've literally mentioned him a million times. So if you have a chance to read The Tipping Point by Malcolm Gladwell, it talks about basically trends. Okay. From like fashion trends to literally syphilis to like random stuff, like how literally from like an outbreak and stuff, how that's, you know, the pattern. Yeah. So the reason why I don't think that it's interfering with the arts and from the nostalgia of the 90s is because everything is an inspiration of literally everything else. Well, innovation technically is just taking something and then making it better or more efficient or making it look different. There's so many times where we just saw, like, now in the days we're seeing the what is it called? Those tennis shoes. What is the brand?
Sambas? Like the
No. The one that are like tennis shoes, but they're silver or gray. They start with an A. Eris?
I don't know.
It's this one tennis shoe that, like, I literally used to wear in high school for volleyball shoes. And now some of our friends have them on.
Okay.
So I think that it's not interfering with it. I just think it's nothing new, basically. Meaning since the 1800s, we just took trends and made it look different.
Recycling it. But don't you think, actually using what you just said,
Period.
taking your play, I feel like if you keep going back, instead of making new types of shoes, they are going back to the type of shoe that you wore in high school. So it's like they could have imagined, or they could have made something better, but instead of progressing, you just keep repeating it. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like it's like limiting people's arts and people's like creative
like creative potential, because all you're doing is replicating. So at some point, there's not going to be like artists. There's just going to be people who like replicate. So we're kind of just going in circles all the time. Do you know what I mean? But it's about patterns and trends. So like it's supply and demand almost, low key. So like if fashion is also a business, it's one of the major businesses of our country, the world. So if that's where the trends are going, what are these fashion industries and whatever? What are they going to do?
I feel like then it's just like, one, it's just going to be, people are just going to like mass consume the same shit over and over again. And it's just like, at some point, the beauty of fashion is going to be like a lost art. Because we're no longer trying something new. Do you know what I mean?
It's debatable.
I said that.
It's debatable.
Or maybe that.
Comment down below what camp you're on there.
Okay.
That's a good one.
That was a good one. Honestly, I actually want to like really talk about this later on.
No, these I want to ask the girls that. Everyone let's talk. Yeah,
comment, guys.
Yeah, please do.
We can have like a full. Okay.
Last one. Connects your Siri. My Siri's not on.
Hey Siri. Heads or tails? Tails.
So I'm against.
You're against. Yeah. Okay. Is having physical requirements blocking your blessings?
Can you elaborate on that?
So your type, basically, like in a relationship, like
okay. Go ahead.
So like physical requirement, my type has to be tall, 6 foot, Is that blocking your blessings? And you don't think it's blocking your blessings, basically.
Thank you.
And I think it is blocking your blessings.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll talk first since last time you did. Okay. Period, so I don't think it's blocking our blessings. Okay. All right, I'm gonna keep it short and quick. We have a type. Our type is our type. I can't control why I'm physically attracted to this particular type. Okay. So I think we both believe in a God that is providing and knows our hearts. Okay. And also created us, knew us before we got in that womb. Okay. Okay. And so why would he allow me to have these desires of what I want in a type and not have that person exist? Okay. So I don't think it's blocking our blessings. I also think it's very important that we are physically attracted to our partner, also emotionally, spiritually, everything else. Exactly. So that, keep it short and sweet. So I don't think it's blocking it.
Okay. Now that we're bringing God into this, God also he also fearfully and wonderfully made everybody, right?
Yes.
And I feel like with type, you're giving a requirement to God where like, I want this person to just be this. If not, like, that's not the case. And most of the time, that's not how it ends up. Do you know what I mean? You might want a 6'5", I don't know, brown skin, dark skin man, but you might get a 5'10" light skin man. And what if that person, I feel like physical types and physical requirements are very small in the grand scheme of relationship and like partnerships. And, you know, like you're not giving birth because he's just tall and 6'5" and brown skin with nice eyes. It's like, he's a husband, he's God-fearing or whatever. So I feel like if you're dead set on the physical type, you're kind of like cutting yourself short because you're not going to be experiencing men who actually fit your emotional, spiritual type, but just kind of lack with the physical. Do you know what I mean? Because not everyone's made perfect. So if you're too strict on that, then you're kind of selling yourself short, basically.
But because you also brought God into this.
Now the God's in the middle.
He's right.
Right.
Let's give him a mic.
Right.
he is also all-knowing and all-providing as well. So would he not provide someone that is, I'm not blocking my blessing, because a blessing is he will provide someone who has it all, the physical, the physical that I want, and everything internal.
Okay, and also, now that you got into this.
Let me put a hair flip into this.
So, the other thing that God
just
also
gets
said.
More high pitch. Go ahead.
He also said that his will is better than your will, and his thoughts are better than your thoughts, right?
Can argue that. Yep.
If your thoughts are like you want a specific man, and he thinks it's better for you, or it's best for you, for a man that doesn't fit your physical type, but is much more beneficial in the, like, you know, well-rounded version of whatever, then you're kind of like being against his will or his thought. Because you're saying, if this is not it, absolutely not. And, like, sometimes the things you ask for is not what you get.
Okay. Let me, girl, we still have time. Okay, let me ask you this. Wouldn't you want to be with a partner who, when they not just see you, but they get to know you and everything, you are everything that they've ever wanted? Like, oh my God. And they're not settling like, oh, I'm not physically attracted to her, but you know what? We connect mentally. Like, boring.
I get that.
God, you go.
Okay.
Finish.
I get that, but I feel like the question is not saying like the man has to be butt ugly, or you have to be like absolutely like,
you're extremist,
not your type. Do you know what I mean? I feel like it's like a person who just you would not expect. It's like obviously God's gonna give you like a pleasantly surprising person.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be like, oh my God, he was so ugly, I didn't want him. Da da da.
God, no,
He wouldn't do that. But I would say, if everything else matches and then you end up to love the person and like be more attracted to him like as you go, I feel like that's better. Do you know what I mean? Because there's so many, like, there's multiple times where, like, let's say the man's attractive, but that's not your type. You know, we usually say, like, oh, he's cute, but he's not my type.
Correct.
I feel like that's blocking your blessings. Because at least you find the beauty in him. You just don't think he's your type because he's not in that prototype that you've been looking for, you know?
That's debatable.
Another flip, and this side, too. And then from the bottom.
Comment down below where you guys are.
Oh my God. No, we need like a longer version of these though.
Literally,
I feel like these are like,
we should take each one and just make a video out of that.
Yeah, let us know if you guys want that.
Yeah. We just don't want it to be a 16-hour episode, but yeah.
Literally. Okay. Then, is this for me? The heads or tails?
Yeah.
Okay.
Heads or tails, yeah, is yours.
Okay. Hey Siri. Heads or tails? Tails. Okay, I'm against it. Actually, that's good.
Okay, Mella just got tails, so she is against it, and Mila is for it.
Okay. Is traditional monogamy outdated in this society?
So, wait, can we go?
So you agree that traditional monogamy
is outdated.
Is outdated.
Eating this up. About to eat. I'm like, let me sit up.
Period. We need to sit up. Okay.
Okay, I went first last time, so you go first.
I went first this time.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so it's my turn. So can you repeat it one more time? I'm sorry.
Is traditional monogamy outdated in today's society?
Okay. Time's going 3 minutes. So it absolutely is outdated. I feel as though that it's actually more crazy now to say that you're waiting for marriage, that you are only going to be a mother after you become a wife. And so it's definitely outdated. I think there are actually more people who are actually doing that. They just don't vocalize it because now people think that's strange. People think you're a prude. People think like, oh my God, you're a Bible thumper. People think like it's just not cool. And being more, from what we see on media and stuff like that, being more promiscuous or just being more, I put this in air quotes, free is a word that people like to use. That's the it crowd now, or that's the norm now of that one date, a couple of dates, one night stand. That's cool now. Back in the day, you would get stoned for that. Okay. Like literally a woman could not enter the village if that were the case. So it's definitely outdated for sure. Not necessarily agree with it, but it is outdated.
I don't think traditional monogamy is outdated as much as people would like to say like it's freedom or like being like sexual liberation and stuff like that.
That's
I disagree because I think it doesn't benefit the women, because women are very like, you know, I don't want us to say like we're very emotional, but I would say that in the regular like casual dating or casual sex like part, men usually benefit because women, the man even has to know your body for you to even like, you know, truly like get pleasure for most women, I'd say. So I'm thinking in the long run, you would need a partner, a partnership and everything. And I don't think you just being like, obviously liberating, you can have like fun, but I don't think monogamy is outdated. because a lot of people would want companionship more than just trying multiple things. Do you know what I mean? Because some people value emotional stability and emotional relationships more than that.
But the population now is getting to a point where, just checking on time, the population now is getting to a point now where they feel like they have to be stimulated in every single way, and there's no way that one really comes down to people seeking happiness, peace, all this, and just this one person rather than their North Star, which for us is our faith.
Yeah.
So they put a lot of pressure on this one person. So when they're like, oh, you can only give me 80%. Okay, I'll keep my 80 with you, but I'm going to go over here and do what I want to do here and here. And then I'm fulfilled. And I think as human beings, we're not desired to be overstimulated all the time. Like, you're only one person. So I think also through social media, we also think that we could feed and get from all these different sources.
Yeah.
And so I definitely think it's outdated. Like, literally nowadays, if I say, I think women should wait till they have to get married before they have sex or marriage or kids, or you should only be in monogamy, you should not do anything, I would almost get canceled for that. Like, people would come for me for that. So it is outdated.
I don't think it's outdated because
go finish.
Okay. I feel like I get the fact that, like, obviously, like, one person can't fulfill, like, everything that you would want, but I don't think that's even the purpose for it. Do you know what I mean? Even, like, in the Bible, monogamy and, like, one-on-one, like, relationship, it doesn't mean that she fulfills every single thing that you're asking for. I feel like that's where community, platonic friendships, faith, and everything comes in play, where you get most of the things with your partner, and your partner kind of supports you, like, as you're, like, you know, growing. But then your friends also kind of feed into you, and then your faith also kind of helps you with it, too. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like now we're seeing monogamy as just, like, where you get all your answers, like, questions, like, answered, which is it wasn't what it was intended for. It was just basically having a companion to kind of go through life, and as you're learning from other people, you're kind of feeding into each other too. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, so we're saying that I'm saying monogamy is outdated, right?
I don't think it's outdated, yeah.
But what are you seeing out there then? What are you seeing out there? That monogamy is not...
But I feel like there are people, I think it's because the sexual liberation and, like, freedom part is like televised a lot more than monogamy. But that doesn't mean, like, what you see the most is just what it is. Do you know what I mean? Because I feel like Western society and only America is where, like, you know, like, all this is, like, happening. If you go in the East, if you go to Ethiopia, if you see Abishas here, I feel like monogamy is still a thing. So it's, like, a cultural thing, you know?
Well said.
Well said.
Comment down below. That was it. Just to, like time out real quick.
Yeah.
That was a great way of you debating.
Really?
Regardless of what you actually believe. Because both of us want to be on the...
Yeah. Monogamy.
You're like, damn, I want to... Yeah.
No, but I do agree, though. I don't think it's outdated.
Yeah, but you went more far...
Oh, yeah.
Than what you actually...
Exactly,
I know you.
exactly.
Yeah.
I get that.
So that was a great, that was a great job on your part. Comment down below what you guys think. Is it outdated or
even
not?
When you said, like, monogamy is definitely outdated, says the lover girl. I was literally like, says the lover girl. Like... It's actually hilarious. Very outdated. Because what?
Right.
Like, my husband. Okay. Now it's you, right? Flipping coin?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Siri. Heads or tails?
Gets me.
No, heads. Okay,
Heads.
you're agreeing.
Okay, you're 4. I'm 4, whatever it is.
Mila's agreeing. And the next topic is also in dating. LOL. Do dating apps make finding love easier or destroy genuine connections? So you think it's easier?
Okay.
Yeah.
So am I going first, right? This time?
I'll go first.
You go
went
first. Okay.
first.
Yeah, I keep on forgetting. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
I think dating apps make finding love harder, and, like, it makes it harder to find genuine connections because because in the beginning, let's say the initial interaction with the person is physical, strictly physical, when they're judging your looks. And with what I said last time, I feel like there's going to be a certain, like, heavy emphasis on how you look, sex appeal, and everything more than who, like, the person truly is. And I feel like it's also ruining, like, community, where it's kind of, like, blocking, what's it called? People, like, leaving the house and meeting people in the most organic way. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like it shows people that they have options when in reality, all those people are not, like, for them. Do you know what I mean? How, like, people say, like, there's plenty of fish in the sea. No, babes, you're literally in a pond. Like, actually a tiny little fish pond. So it makes people think they have more. It makes people feel like the grass is greener on the other side a lot more. So I don't think dating apps help.
That's debatable. The saying that and then sitting back is crazy. Okay. If the audio is, she's like eating it up. I definitely think it helps. The reason why is because honestly, dating and finding your person, have you ever heard like the proximity effect? Like if I never go to Spain, I potentially will never find my community is where I am. Right. So, the chances of me finding someone in Northern Virginia is very high because I'm staying here. Does that make sense? So I think with dating, it's a numbers game. So why not increase your pool there to go through these candidates? I'm saying dating, not doing anything crazy. Yeah. Talking about the last one. The last one, right? So I think it's increasing it. Also, we are very busy. We have our careers. We have our own lives. Yeah. So it like right now, I could set up 3 dates right now on this couch if I wanted to. Back in the day, you had to go to a bar, or you had to go, I don't know, hug a tree or something to then go find someone else. Yeah. And then it also lets me not waste my time as well. I get to vet them and see if they're cute, what their faith is, what their job, whatever it is, and then narrow it down that way.
Oh, period, the flip. But I feel like, however, I feel like the criteria when it comes to dating apps is one, like I said, physical, which is kind of like, not fair for some people. And also, I feel like it's going to keep people, like I said, at home. They can't communicate. And three, it increases catfishes. There's a lot of people trying to be who they aren't, so it kind of feeds into their insecurity too. Do you know what I mean? Especially like men, let's say you're not a tall man at tech, instead you're just like working somewhere else. It just it diminishes like their sense of self to the point where they think they have to fake something to get a date, which I disagree. And I feel like it's detrimental for the person who's also doing the catfishing and the person who's actually looking for love as well.
But life is short. Okay. Life is short. So why are we gonna waste time on what do you do? What are you? Whatever. Right. When I could just see that and at meeting, the fact that I've agreed to go on a date with you means I've already done some of the vetting. You don't know everything, right? And then when you meet him, it's really about like, okay, personality. Right, to see. Right. Take out the catfish, because honestly, not talking about this debate, that's my biggest fear. It's like, he's actually 5 whatever, and he actually works down the street. He's not at this job or whatever. Right. It's actually scary out there. But for this debate, I just think it saves us time. I'm able to show you, we can vet him together. And then if I want to, I can go on this date. And if I don't like it, I don't like it.
And I feel like that kind of ruins the you never are like pleasantly surprised. You're always going in with a biased mind. So I feel like you're never really truly giving person like a clean slate, because you also have like, you know too much about that person before they even like let you know. Because there's things that you need to gradually know, or even circumstantial, where a person, let's say they're a horrible texter, but in person, maybe they're, really active, or like they have a busy life, or like they might sound awkward, but they're actually funny. Like you like how they are, like their energy, like in person. It just takes a lot. And even if you meet them in person, you still would only give them one chance. So I don't think that would change anyways, if it's dating or not dating.
But based on our literally time's over, we're still going. Based on how we are as people, do we really want to leave our love lives, which is one of the finding your partner, I would say, is arguably one of the most important decisions of your life, like who you marry.
Right, for sure, yeah.
Literally down to like your health. Do we want to leave that up to chance or luck?
I think we should, because I feel like it depends where you meet them. I feel like the people who like complain about they're not meeting their people, or like they're not meeting the right people because they're looking for them in the right spot. Obviously, don't go to the clubs and try to find the man. But if you do your hobbies, let's say you're doing pottery and you see another man doing pottery as well, there's already like a common interest, and then you guys can there's a topic that you guys can already bond with, and you're kind of giving them a clean slate, and you get to know them as you guys are doing something you like.
But you can figure that out on the app, that he likes pottery or he's an active.
But people lie.
Period.
Men lie. That's definitely how I'm going to end this debate. Men lie.
Comment down below.
Period.
What do you guys think?
No, we need to do this is so much fun. We need to argue a lot more. Yeah. I'm for us arguing. Like, this is so much fun.
Too.
And it's the way we're trying to keep it like professional. Yeah. And like also, however.
Yeah. Because we could also really get into it.
No, literally. Screaming and yelling. Yeah. Okay, I'll do the who did heads or tails? You. Right?
Yeah, last time. Yeah.
Hey Siri. Heads or tails? It's heads this time. Okay, so I
you're
agree.
4.
Yeah.
Okay, and what is the topic?
Okay. Ooh. Actually, should we? Okay, yeah. Do social media couple goals set unrealistic expectations for relationships? So I agree they set unrealistic expectations. And
okay.
You don't agree.
Okay. The laughing behind that is aggravating.
Actually, okay.
And what number is this? How many do you have left?
We have 2 more left.
Okay. After this
Oh,
one?
that's perfect. Yeah.
Okay. So you want me to go first? Yeah. Okay. So I do not think they're setting expectations, correct?
You don't think, yeah. Timer's on.
Yeah. So with relationships, we should be aspirational. We should shoot for the stars. Okay. Who wouldn't want to live in a rom-com? Okay. Who wouldn't? Shoot for the stars, babes.
Yeah.
We have a providing God, like we talked about before.
Right.
Okay. So like your dreams should be that big, and unrealistic. Who's to say it's unrealistic or like too big? Who's to say that, right?
Right.
As women, there's already a ceiling for a glass ceiling. Let's not create that for ourselves. You know?
Oh, that's gonna be political. Okay, I agree, and I do think that social media couple goals set unrealistic expectations because just as everyone is different and they all have different characteristics and different love languages and everything, it's bringing the it's kind of like setting a precedent where, let's say, the couples that you're watching is like he buys her a Rolls Royce for Christmas and stuff, but you don't like gift giving, and your man also is not a gift giving person. It makes you feel like your relationship is not worth as much, or you feel like you have to mimic their relationship, even though that's not how you translate and give love as well. So it kind of makes you feel like it just like makes you want to mimic other people's love instead of actually genuinely love people and love others the way you want to be loved and then the way they want to be loved.
Okay. Period. But don't you think that if someone gets triggered by someone else getting a Rolls Royce, that's actually an inside job that they have to work on? So if anything, the unrealistic kind of lifestyles on social media is bettering us to make us work harder, strive for better things. Because honestly, sometimes our dreams are kind of small compared to like what is actually possible in the world.
Right.
Like even I've had to like personally had to go through that. Like, girl, dream bigger. You know what I mean? So I think it's it's something to strive for, and I think it's better to not be complacent because we deserve that. You know?
Yeah, I get that, but what if like your version of success and another person's version of success is completely different? So even though you're in a successful, healthy marriage, then when you see that what's it called, your husband or you guys together aren't doing whatever the social media couple are doing, you would feel invalidated, or you would feel like you guys are like not that couple. In reality, you guys are. And also, we don't know what happens behind closed doors. So let's say they're traveling, like they're a couple that travels a lot more with a lot of more money, whatever, but he's beating her behind closed doors.
Yeah.
Or do you know what I mean? Or it's in a really like emotionally abusive relationship. Instead, it makes you see the person that's right next to you as beneath you, or like beneath at the man that's in that video. And then you end up going for that type of man.
Not with the 2 seconds left. Soft
clap, guys.
That's debatable.
Sometimes
I enter. I'm like, that's debatable.
That's debatable, but I won't debate about it right now. Well, we won't talk about it right now, but it is debatable.
It is debatable.
Period.
Comment down below what camp you're at with that one.
Okay, like now that we're not debating, now that time's over. Do you agree?
Absolutely not. Yeah.
Okay, guys.
Unrealistic expectations. Come on. Yeah.
Firsties. Okay. And this last one, we don't have to flip. Not the last one, but like second to last. We don't have to flip a coin because it's a millennial and Gen Z conversation. So we're gonna.
So for context, she's a Gen Z. I'm the millennial.
Like, yeah. Okay. Which generation has it harder? Millennials with student loans or Gen Z with social media pressures?
Start the mother effing timer.
Go ahead. Time it.
Time it.
Click start.
Do you want to go first or you want me to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay. And go.
So Gen Z has it a lot harder when it comes to social media pressures because I feel like, and with millennial, the only issue is financial, right? Which obviously you could hustle, pay the student loan, pay that money and everything. However, with Gen Z, social media pressures, you always feel like you're behind in life. You always feel like you always feel like you're behind when in reality you're not. And I feel like that kind of encompasses everything when it comes to relationship, faith, financial situations, or even just life in general. And people are kind of like forced to jump the gun and like move out the house when it's not a smart decision, just to say that they've moved out and just to like flex it on social media. Or they'll go ahead and get their body done and everything before they even like hit their growth spurt, because they've seen people are like more desirable with this type of body. So it sets a standard for people that's so unrealistic that they have to literally ruin themselves and their mental health and their bank account and their self-worth to get a couple likes.
Okay, sit back, girl, because that was ridiculous.
Hello.
First of all, social media is not real. Loans is real, okay? Social media is not a real place. So you are choosing to be triggered. You're choosing to be inspired, if that's what you're choosing to copycat. You're choosing to feel bullied for the social media. After that 6 months grace period, those loans become very much real. And you spoke about, moving out and doing this. That directly, money's a real thing. It impacts your life. You need money. I'm not saying you need a lot, but you need money to literally survive. So I'm not able to move out of my parents' home yet because I have all these student loans on me, and it's quite a bit of student loans, okay? So again, social media is not real, money is, which means those loans are very much real, and Uncle Sam will come after you if you're not paying off those loans.
I disagree, because I feel like social media is so real to the point where it sets a precedent when it comes to not just aesthetics, but like society's requirement when it comes to people. So even though you're not on social media, you're still going to be affected by the trends, or you're still going to be affected by the results of social media. Let's say you're not on social media and you wearing like, not the latest trends. You don't have your outfit. Let's say you're even wearing braids on your birthday, and social media already decided braids on a birthday is really like not it. And you're gonna get the outcome of it, whether you're on or not on social media. And I feel like it literally targets your insecurity and your sense of self and your self-worth, which is a lot more detrimental. And it also affects, like I said, every part of you. Of course, money is real, but with social media, you're spending your money to literally ruin yourself, because you're doing it like, not for your benefit, but for people's approvals.
Okay, back to my argument. Social media is not real. So
to break your neck constantly.
So social media is not real. Time's up, but we are definitely going to continue.
We're definitely continuing, yeah.
Social media is not real. So literally how you're choosing to get affected by it, first of all, and choosing to get influenced. Those bills, you cannot escape. They follow you everywhere. When you go buy a home, when you go try to get an apartment, a car, your rap sheet comes up, okay? Yeah. So with social media, you're choosing to get impacted for it. If you can't escape your loans, right? You can't turn off your phone, but with social media, literally just don't go on there. Social media is not a real place.
Okay, then if you keep talking about choices, you could also choose to be financially smart and pay your bills first before you move out. You can choose to work a little harder so you can pay those bills. These are choices where there's not an external factor that's like triggering you, or it doesn't make you like feel like a sense of self, basically. Let's say you can still move out, but just not go out until you like pay your student loans. Or you could even choose to go to like colleges where it's not that high of it. Why are you going to Harvard? Go to like a school, you can do it smart way where you can decrease your student loans and still be and still fix it with like smart financial decisions. I feel like it's easy target where you can just use discipline and financial literacy to kind of fix. However, with social media, you can't fix it because the lifestyle and people around you are affecting you every time you leave the house.
Again, social media is not real, and
it's very real. What are we posting this on?
YouTube.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
First of all, the cost of living is crazy. So not everyone can move out. The cost of eggs is literally $10. It's very, very expensive to literally even get an egg.
Right.
So that does impact when you can move out, and then you have these loans. So what I'm saying is, before even starting your life out, you're already at net negative. You're already with these student loans. So we're very stressed out. Also, when this comes out, our previous president promised that we would get some type of help. That did not happen. So we are very stressed out.
I disagree.
You're like, that's debatable.
That's debatable.
When I end, I'm always like, or no, when you end, I'm like, that's debatable. When you're like, I disagree. Comment down below what you guys think.
Period.
What do you actually think, though?
I do think social media is like a lot more than student loans.
That's actually insane.
I agree with that for sure. Like, I feel like social media, you can get out of it, but like it's a lot more detrimental. I love it.
It's not real. Especially, I'm actually shocked you're saying this, Mel, because this stuff doesn't faze you.
It doesn't faze me at all, but like it doesn't faze me at all. But think about so many people that's even like risk. I kind of like, I'm like right in the middle, honestly. Like,
okay,
I feel like
gotcha.
they're both very detrimental. But I do think
because those real bills are that's
the
real.
bills are like the bills are real and
Aren't.
everything. But like think about it, like at some point we were also bad with money, and then we became better with money.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you're like bills or your like financial situation is like a lot. No, if you have like a lot of loans,
yeah,
I feel like it's hard to get out of, but it's something that you can work towards. A lot of people ignore their like loans and then in the end be like, I'm not paying that shit, whatever. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can also not pay that shit until like you're a little bit okay, and then you start paying it. But I do think social media, how many people have died on surgery table just because they know like BBLs are a trend? Do you know what I mean? Or like how many people have gotten like no surgery, whatever, because it actually affects your insecurity? Or like people become depressed and bullied, and like, you know, cyberbullying is like a big thing. Obviously you can click out of it, but social media is like, it's so prominent now to the point where you don't even have to be on social media to still be affected by social media.
That I agree with that statement alone. Yeah. So well done, but I'm still on those loans are no joke.
Oh, there's those, yeah, for sure. But
those loans are no joke. I
still think, you know, it's like a focused issue on like bigger issue. Kind of like I think it's like those type of things. Okay. The last one.
More? Okay. This
last
is
one, guys.
So much fun.
This is so much fun. We're going to do this often now.
What does that tell you about us that we like to argue?
We're very argumentative, yeah. For future husbands, you need a debating degree on. Buckle up. Okay. Oh, you're flipping coin, right?
Yeah, please.
Hey, Siri. Heads or tails? Heads. You agree.
Okay.
Oh, damn it. Okay. The question is, should you cut off toxic friends, or does everyone deserve a second chance?
So
actually, let's make this a little. I was about to make it like a relationship thing.
Okay.
But should you end a relationship after like toxic relationship, or like after cheating, or does everyone deserve a second chance?
Okay, so I'm tails.
End the relationship.
I end the relationship.
Yeah,
okay.
And everyone deserves a second chance.
Okay. Girl, the way that I know she's about to be Jesus into this, I already know she's about
to
be faith into it.
You know he's coming in because I cannot. I'm cutting people off. So I have to bring.
If you guys know, if you guys see other episodes too, just knowing her Mella, like
I have to bring. The Lord.
So we'll talk about our real
feedback
afterwards. But first we have to do this. So again, I'm cutting them off. Okay. Can you read the question again? Because you were talking a little bit.
Okay. Should you end a relationship after like infidelity, or does everyone deserve a second chance?
Okay, so definitely in that relationship, cut him off or her, because I think that, the relationship has ended. The trust is broken. I don't need you looking over my shoulder or checking your phone or anything like that. So the relationship has ended. I do think this debate can be a little bit interesting if we're talking about marriage or we're talking about boyfriend and girlfriend. I think that can actually, there's children about all that stuff. But if we're talking about relationship, but honestly, what are we talking about? The relationship ended. It's the betrayal, the pain, and the trust is the most. Even not trust is the most important thing, and communication is the most important thing. The communication is not there, and the trust is not there. So wrap it up.
I disagree, and I think
your eyes like almost came out of your head.
And I think everyone deserves a second chance because God forgives us.
Oh my God, I wish you were going to end there. I thought you said God.
Because God, period. I feel like you've imagined in your life, like you've evolved, you've become a better version of yourself so many times. And there's things that old Mila did that you obviously don't agree with, or obviously that she outgrew, and everyone makes mistakes. You've probably made a lot of mistakes in your life, but obviously you're not held or condemned to it. And I feel like once someone cheats, just calling him a cheater and just stamping that onto their life, I feel like that's unfair to the person because you're not giving him grace the same way our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ gave you grace.
Did I not say she's going to bring him into
this? I have to. I'm sorry. This is a horrible stance.
First of all, also, cheater always a cheater. Once a cheater, always a cheater. With that person. So let's say a man cheated on me. always once a cheater, always a cheater with me. I'm not saying if he dates you that he'll be a cheater. That and also we're grown, so how much are we gonna evolve if I'm honest? Right. So like it's not, honestly, it talks about it in the Bible as well, that like be mindful of your thoughts because your thoughts manifest into your actions. So if you're thinking a certain way, you got to nip that in the bud and go have a conversation with God, because it's going to lead to temptation. It's going to lead to sin, right? So actually, it's not the actual cheating that's the mistake. It is, but also there's probably the 10 steps he took to his car to then get out of the car, then go meet the girl, whatever. Exactly. Every time he took a step, that's one mistake. So it was intentional, okay? So cut him loose.
I feel like we've all intentionally done other people wrong, or we've all intentionally like made mistakes. And I feel like him cheating, I get it, he cheated, it's an action, but I feel like it's a manifestation of his insecurity or his incapabilities, or like some emotional requirements that he has that needs to be discussed. So sometimes, you know, you say some things when it's like just projections of your insecurity, or even your lack of feeling like you're not like worth it, or you don't deserve the person. So I feel like instead of like leaving that person, actually sitting them down and really talking to like the reason for it, so you guys can actually nip it in the bud. What if he cheated on you because he thought you're too good for him?
That does not make sense. You're trying. Carmela's trying. We have 20 seconds
What
left.
if he cheated on you because you're too good for him and he's really inadequate in that, and he needs your reassurance? If you guys spoke, and if you guys prayed about it, if you guys really like,
I'm having
actually
outer body experience right now.
Like, and you guys were are probably like able to like fix that situation. Maybe all he needed was a reassurance, but because he can't receive that reassurance, he had to go and cheat. It's like, let me cheat on her before she leaves me, because most men have like that insecurity.
That sounds like a personal issue that has nothing to do with the female or whoever got the cheatee, not the cheater, but the cheatee. Yeah. The person who got cheated on.
But if you're in a relationship, you care about the person, though.
I think that's a sad excuse. And if he cared enough, he wouldn't have done it.
I feel like everyone has insecurities, and sometimes with men, their insecurities are manifesting into their lives, and you just had to see it. And he just needs help. Obviously, you're dating him because you care for him, so you can't help him with his little insecurity.
Not if he didn't care for me.
But it's not even by himself. Like, he didn't choose to do it. It just happened.
He definitely chose. Oh, he just fell on the...
What if someone tempted him? What if a girl tempted him?
Okay, I have to end this because I'm so uncomfortable, because this is not...
I literally disagree with everything I'm saying.
Every vulnerability.
Like, oh my God,
I didn't recognize who was here.
I've never defended like men in my life, and like, this is a horrible experience. Like, I do not recommend.
She was laughing through it. I was uncomfortable. I'm like, girl, this is not you. Let's end it.
It's literally like, wow.
Okay, let's talk about it really quickly before we end this episode.
Hell no. Girl, leave. Like, dump him immediately.
Done.
Immediately. Yeah,
Done.
that's actually hilarious. And
do you think if there's any scenario where it is, let's talk about it. What about marriage with kids?
Even marriage, I'm leaving. Because I feel like I'm not going to, like, with me, I have issues with forgiving people, apparently. But or so I've heard. But no, not even issues with people. I feel like in relationship, I'm like, if I'm all in and I'm in love with you, I trust you a lot. If one thing's done to me, it's going to be so hard for me to go back to that, and I can't trust you or see you the same way. If I'm no longer able to be like a reference of love to my kids, why are you here? I'd rather have two healthy houses than one toxic
one unhealthy home.
Where I'm like throwing the food at him or some shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if my kids can't see how much mom and dad like love each other, why are we together?
If you're not able to show up as the best self, as the best you, because of your environment that he created.
I can't even heal. If I'm like, imagine you cheated on me, I'm hurt, and then we have to sleep on the same bed.
We literally talked about that in the car earlier.
That's so crazy.
You're like, what do you do when he's mad at you?
That's so crazy. So I'm like, no, I feel like it's going to like prolong my healing process, and I'm probably going to be projecting. Hopefully I won't, but like, you know, hopefully this doesn't happen in Jesus' name, period.
In Jesus' name,
but
please.
Yeah, like absolutely not. I don't see myself. Relationship is crazy. Friendship, maybe. But I can't see myself giving another chance for a relationship.
What do you mean friendship?
Like if your friend betrays you. Not even betrays you, but like if you have like, you know, like a falling out with a friend and you forgive them, I can see them coming into my life to a certain extent. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think I'll cut them off, but I just put them in a different camp.
Yeah, I can cut them off completely.
Because we're talking about betrayal, but I'm not talking about like we got in an argument or whatever, but like
if it's betrayal, you're cut off, but I can still give you you can still be like lingering around.
Can I ask you a question, Ashley? Mm-hmm. What is like in female friendships, what would you consider betrayal? We talking about cheating with men and stuff, so like we're off that topic, but like now we're talking about betrayal with friendship where it's like, it's give me like a scenario.
Boundary. You disrespect my boundary. You talk shit about me. Or you literally don't have my best interest at heart at all. Like, you literally did it, like, knowing that it doesn't serve me at all, and you chose to, like, choosing to do anything against me for my detriment, that's betrayal. So if you do any of that, I feel like I would cut you off. It takes a while. Maybe, like, it depends on what type of friend it is, too. If that was, like, my bestest friend, we probably don't have to, I can't be around you at all.
Yeah, that's painful.
Yeah, but if it's, like a friend that you're close to, whatever, I can, like, cut you off, but then I can be cordial with you. Like,
that's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah, I can be cordial with you, but I wouldn't one-on-one do things with you. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? But
yeah, because that betrayal's gone.
Yeah, but yeah. So imagine like in a relationship, like I can be cordial for the sake of children and stuff like that, but we don't have to stay married. We don't have to be in the same house. We can leave.
I feel like as we get older in our journey, our answers might change. We don't know.
Yeah. I don't see that changing, but yeah.
Really? Because I want to be the person that like forgives, but I also don't want to welcome that type of energy or whatever. I'm not saying like try me. Yeah. I'm just saying that like
I can forgive, but you don't have to reconcile though. Do you know what I mean?
That's a bar.
Period. But you can't.
We're all about forgiveness, but
I'll forgive you, or like I'll just be like I won't be like hurt, or I won't try to hold it against you a lot.
Who are you? Yeah,
exactly. But I think like my biggest issues, like when it comes to grace, like giving you grace to the point where like you're a different person and giving you another chance and bringing you back into my life, I can never do that. And that is something I need to work on, because I'm, like God is gracious and everything. So you gotta like,
we all need to work on that. That's tough.
Yeah, you gotta like move with like all that, but like
because how can you if you broke that trust? Mm-hmm. I'm an idiot to put you to allow you in that same.
And this is even like me like progressing, because I feel like at some point I just had like I couldn't, like I'm not a forgiving person. Like I would have like vengeance, but like now I'm like,
you're working on that.
I was like, they must pay right now. Like I'm in the corner like this, but now I'm like, I forgive you. I just see you like less, or like see you like differently.
Yeah.
But bringing you back into my life and giving someone a second chance is really like, you're very kind-hearted, and I hope like God repays you if you do that like normally.
Yeah. It's very
really
Christ-like.
hard for me.
It's very Christ-like. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah. This is a good episode.
This is a really good episode. I had so much fun.
This is Mella's episode. Or idea.
I love this.
Great idea. Just to debate. It reminds me really back in school where it's like you got the topic, like, damn, I want to be for it.
Yeah.
But you have to, like, whatever, I got it.
Exactly.
I feel like lawyers have to do that. Like, it doesn't matter if they're guilty or not. You got to like defend.
So what? He killed his whole family.
So what?
Sometimes people have a bad day.
But he didn't have breakfast that morning. You
know how cranky
you are?
Exactly.
Anytime we actually were just bullshitting. We were looking at the camera, not each other. I was like,
he said, relationship. He made a mistake. Let him go. Like,
I was so uncomfortable because I'm like, you don't speak
so
like
who
that.
is
like,
this? No, literally.
I could not recognize who you were.
So crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I cannot recognize myself.
Yeah, you're like, I rebuke that. This was all a game.
Literally.
Like, please.
No, this is so much fun. We have to do more.
Yeah, it was. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching, viewing, subscribing. Like Carmela mentioned, comment down below, like what camp you're at and like what you actually think.
And actually, like argue in the comments too. Yeah, there's probably gonna be someone for it or against it. Like, say your statement.
Yeah.
Someone who's for or against it would comment, or we would even comment.
Yeah,
just,
We're watching.
Kind of give you guys like our take.
Yeah.
Basically.
Our actual take. Yeah. Our actual take.
I love this.
We're actually going to play this game off camera too with the girls too.
This is so much. Oh my God. No, that's actually going to be
We're going to start yelling. We're going to start yelling.
Me, Miriam and Becca, guys.
Yeah.
They're like literally more than us.
Yeah.
They're worse than us. Like.
Yeah. We won't get a word in.
Yeah.
We will not get a word in.
Yeah, at all.
But again, thank you so much for watching, guys. And we'll see you in our next episode. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.